All right, hey, something's better than nothing, right? Welcome to NESN After Hours, everyone. It is presented by People's United Bank. Emerson Latzia, Sealy Godwin here with you. Yes, we do mean you. I'm hungry, Sealy. What's on the menu tonight?
We got a lot. Matt Chatham, Sammy Morris in the house playing fact or fiction. Those guys are fairly large human beings, but Leon Poe is even bigger. The Celtics' former big man makes his After Hours debut tonight. And talking about big, two of the biggest actors in the world, Matt Damon, Christian Bale on the show. Damon talking about his connection to NESN.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, it is great. But we start with our spotlight and a brutal ending to this Blackhawks-Bruins game. 54 seconds in overtime. Jonathan Toews buries it on the breakaway. But after what we saw in the third, you would have thought the Bees had all the momentum. They were down 3-0 to start the third. Joachim Nordstrom nets one early, then with 5 minutes to go, everything changed. Chris Wagner with the shorty. Then just 2 minutes and 26 seconds later, Torrey Krug, one-timer, upper deck. I know our office was hype on it. I can only imagine what it felt like inside TD Garden. From TD Garden, everyone with a smartphone, social media reacting to that epic rally.
All right, hey, something's better than nothing, right? Welcome to NESN After Hours, everyone. It is presented by People's United Bank. Emerson Latzia, Sealy Godwin here with you. Yes, we do mean you. I'm hungry, Sealy. What's on the menu tonight?
We got a lot. Matt Chatham, Sammy Morris in the house playing fact or fiction. Those guys are fairly large human beings, but Leon Poe is even bigger. The Celtics' former big man makes his After Hours debut tonight. And talking about big, two of the biggest actors in the world, Matt Damon, Christian Bale on the show. Damon talking about his connection to NESN.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, it is great. But we start with our spotlight and a brutal ending to this Blackhawks-Bruins game. 54 seconds in overtime. Jonathan Toews buries it on the breakaway. But after what we saw in the third, you would have thought the Bees had all the momentum. They were down 3-0 to start the third. Joachim Nordstrom nets one early, then with 5 minutes to go, everything changed. Chris Wagner with the shorty. Then just 2 minutes and 26 seconds later, Torrey Krug, one-timer, upper deck. I know our office was hype on it. I can only imagine what it felt like inside TD Garden. From TD Garden, everyone with a smartphone, social media reacting to that epic rally in the third.
Who's this from? Who's this tweet from? I can't see. Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah, no, but Bruins in the third period because they come to life and they're somehow, when they get to the final frame of the game,
this is great, Emerson.
Alive and well. I've had this video sitting in my drafts folder for like months. Finally, I was able to use it tonight.
A perfect usage of it.
Let's go ahead and check in with the guys inside the dressing room.
It's clear we have pretty good resilience. You know, you don't, like we say at every game, you don't want to put ourselves in that 3-0 hole or 2-0 hole. But yeah, I thought we played all right in stretches again, and then we weren't getting bounces. They capitalized on some chances, and that's how you end up in a 3-0 hole.
We got to that more there in the third, and then got the results that we were looking for. Just didn't finish the job, and you know, that's kind of what I don't want to say we deserved, but after playing maybe 15 minutes of a 60-minute game the way we should, you know, get a point out of it, learn from it, and be better on the next game.
Hey, who needs to party hard when you have the Bruins in the third period? Seriously, though, Bruins in the final frame are my favorite kind of Bruins. And at least,
red hot in the third. At
least if they're going to lose an OT, you know, it's within the first minute and not the last minute of OT, so we can get out of here like 4 minutes earlier tonight.
Well, we don't look at the positives there. I mean, a point, we'll take the point. If you're thinking, man, I feel like the Bruins know what they're doing in the third period, You would not be wrong.
Okay.
After Thursday night, Boston now has a 4-2-3 record when trailing going into the final frame. 41 goals scored.
Make that 42 now.
Just 21 allowed. Jack and Brick called the game. Care to share with us what's on your minds, gentlemen?
When the original play-by-play man of the Boston Bruins, Fred Cusick, finally convinced local radio stations to put the Bobby Orr Bruins on the air, they picked up games in the second period when the signal got smaller after sundown. This Bruins team might want to start playing before the third. The third is really exciting of late, but the first two kind of flat.
The odds and logic eventually will catch up to you, even though they keep their, haven't lost a game in regulation at home streak going, and it didn't look like that was going to be the case. Yet this group has believability in their play in the third period, but you need a play. You need some execution to ignite that believability, and it started with a nice play in the defensive zone by David Backes. He defended well. He led the breakout. He joined the play through the center ice area. He makes a nice, purposeful shot on goal, and Nordstrom buries the rebound. Now you're saying, okay, this is the way we got to play. Let's keep our foot on the accelerator. Let's force Chicago to have to play in their own zone. But all of a sudden, another power play for the Hawks. But the Bruins defend. They gave up a shorthanded goal early in the game. Well, they answer with Chris Wagner. It's good defense in the bumper. Nice stick check by Grzelcyk. And then the fortunate miscue by Gustafsson on the pivot at the blue line allows Wagner to walk in. And then the overcommit by Chicago in their own zone. Pasternak draws so much attention. Two bodies on him. That's going to open up a 2-on-1 possibility. DeBrusk finds Krug, who had pitched down the wall. He buries it. All of a sudden, it's 3-3. This place is electric. And you're thinking, wow, they're going to win this game in overtime. It just didn't happen that way.
Well, don't ever turn off a Bruins game before it's over.
Jack with the facts.
Learning that.
Social media for you, Chelsea Adler. Bruins fans actually finding the bright side and realizing they still haven't lost a game at home in regulation. That one person, yeah, but.
No.
Yeah.
13-game point streak going on right now, and they're in the midst of a tough part on their schedule, so good for them.
Yeah, I got the Avs coming up next. That's a little bit scary, but they do have some injuries, and the Avs, though, they're rolling in here. 5 straight wins. They beat the Canadiens 3-2 tonight. So that'll be an interesting game, and especially when they're carrying all the momentum.
Cool. Well, let's go to our next big 3 stories of the night in a segment we call The Big 3. Leading us off, Tom Brady being limited at practice 3 days before the Chiefs come to town. It's a toe injury. It's an elbow injury. It's probably nothing to be super concerned about. TB12 absorbing 12 hits against the Texans, which is not how you're supposed to treat your elders.
No.
But don't take it from me. Take it from the Minka Fitzpatrick fan account. Breaking news, Tom Brady is aging.
Thank you, Detective Duff, for that valuable information.
Detective Duff.
Seriously, I mean, yes, he's aging. We all know that.
Who says Detective Duff?
I do.
You do now. Okay, this one, which I'm sensing a little bit of sarcasm here, unless this is Max Kellerman's burner account. It's happening, folks. I think the Tom Brady era is coming to an end.
It's getting closer to ending, yes, than it is to beginning. Yes.
Dude's getting older. Everyone chasing him, trying to rip his head off. They remain the same, and he's still more dangerous than most guys tossing the rock. I have no doubt, though, he's going to outplay Patrick Mahomes because he's home on Sunday, giving us a happy Tom Brady finally in a post-game presser. I like the handsome, smiling Tom Brady more than the angry, miserable one.
Yeah, we haven't seen that in a minute, though. Chiefs, 2-game win streak, put up 40 on the Raiders.
Yes, they did.
All right, let's go to our second big 3 of the night. Chiefs Damian Williams, did not participate in practice today, second straight day. His game day status very much up in the air because of a rib injury he suffered back in week 11, and while he wasn't exactly needed, he didn't play in that win over Oakland.
Well, the Chiefs backfield getting hit hard by the injury bug. Been operating in a committee approach for most of the year. A 90-year-old LaShawn McCoy.
Come on, he's not that old.
Leading the way with 410 yards on 84 carries, seeing the end zone 4 times, which leads that group on your screen. Darwin Thompson, the next man up. That's because there's no more Darrell Williams, because he was placed on the IR Thursday morning.
Pretty beat up, but then also you got to factor in Patrick Mahomes can do some damage with his legs as well. So he's also in there on the stat sheet when it comes to rushing a lot.
Yeah, I would also like to point out LaShawn McCoy, relatively successful against the Patriots here over the past 9 years or so. Most of those have been with the Bills. The numbers, yes, they backed that up. I believe he averages more than 4 yards a carry against the Patriots, but it's not a big deal. Although with KC, Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, that's a different beast.
He's got so many wide receiver targets out there to deal with.
Our last of the big three coming your way. It's My Cause, My Cleats week when players across the league wear custom-made cleats that represent a charitable organization to represent Sweet Feet James White. These pop.
I like them. Very colorful, very bright. One Bahamas.
Showing some love, yep, for One Bahamas Fund, helping families impacted by Hurricane Dorian. Devin McCourty, repping Dorchester's Boston Uncornered Project. It was founded 3 years ago. It's really cool. It's a branch of the organization College Bound with the initiative to reduce generational urban poverty by giving former gang members or just, young people who've experienced the criminal justice system the opportunity to pursue college degrees.
Like that one as well.
Rookie linebacker Chase Winovich is going with Team Impact, which matches kids living with illnesses or disabilities with college sports teams and athletes, to help create bonds. And, he formed one up when he was at Michigan. You could see on the cleats, there is Chase, that's his buddy, Larry, on the cleats with him. So they met through Team Impact during his days with Michigan. All right, coming up, the Patriots still need a kicker. Could it be you?
No.
Yeah, definitely not. But wait till you see what some people are doing to prove to New England they're the right man or woman for the job.
Inclusion matters.
NESN After Hours is brought to you by People's United Bank, where they know there's only one you.
Time for Always Checking, because we're always checking our social media, and if it's trending, we are talking about it. Welcome back in, gang. Sealy and Emerson here for you in a little segment that we call Always Checking.
Yeah, absolutely. It's dedicated to all things that are trending, right? And when it comes to the Patriots right now, one word, which is, Sealy.
Frustration.
Okay, and whether it's Tom Brady losing it on his rookie receivers or the fact that there isn't a kicker on this roster right now, and we're 3 days away from kickoff with the Chiefs. But yeah, still no kicker in sight at today's practice, and the Colts scooping up the last decent available player yesterday in Chase McLaughlin. Maybe this guy could lend his foot to the cause. His name is Andrew Allen. He's accurate from 40 to 55 yards out, can obviously kick in the snow and ice. He plays soccer at Brandeis University, so he could get here in a pinch.
Yeah,
it's very
real quick.
Close. Only one negative, hasn't kicked in an NFL game before. But we can overlook that for now, can't we, Sealy?
Or the Pats could call up this lady. Actually, on the other hand, I don't think she'd be a good fit.
Dude, that's a broken face. Like, his skull has to be crushed.
Oh, yeah. We're not going to call her in for this.
She's trying to kick the water bottle off his head. Instead, he needs a nose job. Maybe just an entire face transplant now. Okay, back to their issues on offense. Antonio Brown reposting this photo on Instagram today. Miss you, big bro. What is going on? This has reached, and I put this on Twitter, ex-girlfriend, stalker status at this point.
I mean, this was the photo that he posted when he originally joined the team, and it was cool then. Now he's posting it again, and I'm slightly creeped out by it. Slightly.
All right, couple former Patriots joining us here on the couch. Matt Chatham, Sammy Morris. How are you guys? Welcome home.
Doing well.
Good to be here. Okay,
Good to be back for you.
It's fun. It's good to be back for me.
Cool. Way to wear your white after Labor Day, buddy. We're playing a little game here of fact or fiction. You ready?
Yeah.
What are you, like Olaf? Relax, chill. Come on, play it cool like Sammy.
I'm a very happy snowman. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys, let's bring it in for this one. All right, Patriots will have home field advantage, fact or fiction?
probably fiction for me, and honestly, I don't think it matters. Listen, three AFC championships to Super Bowls on foreign soil. We're used to this, so I do whatever. We'll wring our hands on whether or not they do, but fiction, I don't think it really matters.
I'm going to say fiction as well, but more so just because I believe the Ravens will have first place. But so eventually they may end up having to play the Ravens, but in Baltimore.
All right, because the Ravens are at the Bills this week, so if they lose, and obviously the Patriots beat Kansas City here, I mean, we're talking Patriots back in the one seat spot.
The Patriots get another shot at the Bills again.
Another shot at the Bills, yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
And there's some people in the room that are a little soft on that team, so you know.
Buffalo, Miami.
Exactly. 3/4 of the division.
All right, then, guys. Neither one of you think they're going to secure home field advantage, so can the Pats go into a place like Baltimore and pull off a win? They can go in there and pull off a win. Fact or fiction? Sammy?
Fact. Just for the fact that I just don't believe, it's hard for me to say that I can't get on the Patriots bandwagon, right? It's kind of hard for me to just accept the fact that the Patriots they're not going to pull it out.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like and admittedly, we might be a little more biased, but I think just from being in the locker room, it's more a bias being in the locker room is what makes us think that. But I feel like it's kind of hard to jump away from the Patriots.
All right, so you don't sound too nervous after what went down in Baltimore a few weeks ago.
Far,
okay.
but I'm just saying, I feel like it's hard to just jump ship on the Patriots.
All right, fact or fiction? They can go into Baltimore and win.
Yeah, of course. A fact. They can win there, of course. The way I always look at it, guys, is, and this is where the bias comes in, and I think it's a good affirmation because I think the deal is you've learned how they adjust when they screw up, and they've screwed up, right? They're not very good the last time they went to Baltimore. They weren't very good last week either, but that thing doesn't relate to the other things. What you know about them, and I think what the sort of experience with the group tells you, is they're very self-critical. They like to go into it and figure out what the heck they did wrong, and they'll change on a dime. So the Patriots team I look at right now can be as bad as the one that went to Pittsburgh a year ago, in December, and didn't get much done, yet was tremendous against San Diego, was tremendous against the Chiefs, and then had one of the best defensive performances ever in the Super Bowl. So those things don't relate to one another. So I would never say, like, fiction, that they couldn't. I mean, there's just no basis for it.
Okay, yeah, Patriots 4-4 on the road in the Brady-Belichick era in the playoffs.
Yep.
Just wanted to throw that out there because our producer Mike said
Stats, love stats, big stats guy.
All right, fact or fiction? The Chiefs aren't as big of a threat as people originally thought.
I would say fact that are not as big as people thought, but that's because people have big thoughts.
Yeah, true.
But no, in reality here, though, I would say this team is very dangerous, and I think we should give them a ton of respect because they're closer to what we assumed they would be. And the Patriots are a notch below where I think they'll eventually sort of ascend to, but that's going to take time, and I don't expect that that's going to happen just this weekend. The thing about the Chiefs is the roller coaster. You don't know with their defense. 1 week good, 1 week bad. You just have no clue. So I think it's a very, very respectable team. You have to presume they'll get their highest high.
Sure thing. I mean, it's a lot for the same reasons that it's hard to jump ship on the Patriots. It's the same thing with Patrick Mahomes, right? I mean, he's still the quarterback. And I think a lot of people jump ship after the injury, and people kind of wondering, like, is he going to come back? Is he going to be able to be as mobile and still step up and throw as as he was before? But again, it's again, for the same reason, it's kind of hard to jump ship and say that they're less dangerous or that they're not as dangerous as most people thought. If anything, you can almost make the argument that they're more dangerous just because he's been getting better and kind of getting more in the flow and kind of coming back from his injury, though.
All right, before you guys go, a couple personal questions. Sammy, I'll throw this first one out of you. Don't worry, it's fact or fiction. It is about Matt Chatham. He saw the end zone during his playing days. Fact or fiction?
He saw the end zone?
He took a trip to the end zone. He scored a touchdown.
Oh, no, he said saw, so you know.
Okay, yeah, right. You're lining up.
I literally
you're lining up
for 9 years. I just went like this. I never looked. It just,
First blind player in NFL history.
I'm going to say fact, just because.
Positive guess.
You remember? You are correct.
Do I remember?
Tell us the story of it. 2003 against the Giants.
I love T-Pool. Tyrone Poole forced the fumble. Thank God for Tiki Barber and his fumbling problem.
Yeah.
and I was able to pounce on one and run it out. The best part of that story, a little sneaky quick part. See if I can do this quickly. I'm sorry, Bon Jovi, is a buddy of
I'm well aware, dude. Living on a prayer, dude.
So I think it was Globe or Herald or one of them the next morning. My stupid celebration, I only got in the end zone once, was a jump and sort of air guitar thing.
I like that.
I got the cover and I got him to sign the air guitar.
Oh, that's
thing,
cool.
Which was pretty neat. So.
Cool. You didn't pull a hamstring doing that.
No,
That's
I
great.
didn't pull a hamstring. But what I did is I'd spiked the ball before I did the jump, and then Brewski Renton grabbed the ball and brought it back to me. And I spiked it again, and he's like, "Dummy, you're supposed to keep it." And I was like, "I haven't done this. I don't do this often."
What do I do with my hands?
Gosh. All right, Matt, this one's for you now. Fact or fiction? Sammy is from Guam.
So you don't ask a question like that if it's not fact. It's got to be fact. You got to be from Guam.
Sammy?
Or is it Trinidad and Tobago?
where-
It's actually fiction.
It's fiction?
Oh, yeah.
Going.
They were playing with
Because I was born in Oxford, England.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Home of the world's largest library. There you
I
go.
know that. I spent a lot of time there. Yeah.
See, you're supposed to end on a high note. That was not it.
Right? Who reads anymore? Who has the time to read 150,000 books in that library? Like, take a nap or something.
Fair enough. So where was Guam? Where did we come up with that? How was
We just wanted to throw you through a
It's a
loop.
beautiful island. Isn't
I
it?
was very convincing.
I was thrown.
I'm very good
I think
at
I'm thinking of vacation right now.
Snowball was
Already.
How
4
often
days in.
How often do you get back, by the way, Sammy?
I've been a couple of times, actually. So I hadn't been back all through until 2004. And then I went back. Actually, I still have family there. So
Okay.
So every year for about 4 years, in the February break, the kids.
The Chathams. Chatham is an English name. Earl of Chatham. I've never been.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, you two get together and get a trip put together.
Family.
This needs to happen.
yeah, have fun on that trip with your kids. That sounds like it'd be a dandy of a time.
Hey, look, kids, Big Ben.
All right, guys, I got a fact. The segment is over. Sorry. Well, like the Bruins, the Celtics have been pretty damn good at home. Jaylen Brown was dropping buckets, blowing kisses against the Heat. We got a former Celtic in the house to tell us who he'd be sending smooches to. Oh, and he has some rather large hands. How's that for a tease?
This portion of NESN After Hours is presented in part by Cross Insurance, where security meets strength.
Wanamaker into the corner. Jaylen Brown again. Three again. And this time he had a little walk-off after he released it.
Saying something to somebody in the corner. How you like me now?
Back-to-back 4 three-pointer games for Jaylen Brown to lead us back to 13.
Jaylen Brown sealing that three with a kiss and that win over the Heat. Let's bring in a big man with a ring. Leon Poe, how's it going?
That was good. Glad y'all had me here.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Welcome to the couch.
Oh, thank you. This couch is comfortable.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's not too bad. I think you're the biggest human being we've had on so
You
far.
are. You are.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, what were your thoughts on Jaylen Brown blowing the kiss to, we found out after the game, it was to Kelly Olynyk last night.
Oh, yeah. So, when players do that, sometimes, they want to show out a little bit, but they want to let their former teammate know, we in the building, I'm here, and you're not going to beat us tonight.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a, we miss you, Kelly.
No, it wasn't a we miss.
It was like, you missed this.
You missed this, and you can't stop it.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so if you were to blow a kiss to a former teammate, who would it be?
Oh, son, I know I'm going to get flack for this. Y'all asked me this. I wouldn't blow a kiss to him just because I like him or something like that. Nothing.
Okay.
If he was on a different team, I'd try to go at him. And it was my former teammate, Big Baby Davis.
Oh.
Everybody know that. Yeah, it would be him.
How would he handle that?
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be mad. Yeah. We'd be in the parking lot afterwards.
Yeah. He would have taken the kiss. And like,
Yeah. He'd been mad. He'd been mad.
All right, so you're like 6th year here, like post-retirement. How's it been going for you? What have you been up to?
I've been up to a lot of different things. I got some tech stuff going on, working on my own camps, things like that. I got a website where kids can sign up 10 camps per year, so it's going pretty good. And then I've been in front office with the Celtics, doing stuff like that, but they have me mostly in the community, outreach with the kids, motivational speaking, and things like that. Sometimes I do the radio for the Celtics, for TV and stuff like that.
Okay, so you're not behind the desk, like filling out TPS reports or anything?
No, I'm not behind the desk. I told them they try to put me behind the desk, I won't do it.
Yeah.
And if they try to put me in a coaching seat, I won't do it.
Yeah.
Told y'all before, I want to keep all my hits.
Yeah, so what? People are coming to you and be like, Man, you look so great. How do you still have your hair? It's not gray.
I'm telling you, I was on the plane the other day. The guy thought, he was like, man, you got to be like 25. I was like, ooh, man, I like that. I like that. Like, yeah, 25. I like that's a good one. Because he was like, you got like a little baby face. How you stay like that? I was like, I don't coach. Yeah, I give advice and I leave.
Yeah.
Celtics are currently sitting second in the East. After everything that happened in the offseason, all the theatrics, are you surprised at all how well the team is playing right now?
Oh, no, I'm not surprised at all. I know every one of them guys, they go there, they work hard. They've been in the gym late night, working on their shots, working on things that they need to do. But I figured when Gordon Hayward got back, and he stayed the whole summer, and I knew he was going to have a good year. And then the young guys, they always play hard, always bring it every day. And I know it's just a matter of time putting it together and getting Kemba. He's a great dude, great locker room guy. And all he want to do is win. Forget all the numbers. He just want to win.
Yeah, and he seems to be transitioning well here in Boston. It's like, how difficult is it for a guy like Kemba to come in and kind of be like the leader of the whole locker room without trying to kind of create waves with that existing culture?
Yeah, it's difficult, but you don't want to be awkward. And then he's not awkward. He come in and he just be himself. He be himself, and he play with a smile on his face. You all know that. He play with a great smile on his face. It gives your team energy when your leader and people you look up to go out there and play like that. And then when you missing shots, and he told Jason Tatum one time when he was missing shots, keep shooting. We believe in you. I believe in you. And that always going to give you confidence.
So last night after the win, Kemba said, when Jalen gets going, I think he's the X factor for us. And given the attention that Kemba has, that JT has, what is Brown's ceiling?
Oh, I think it's the sky's the limit for him. He's a hard worker. Like I said, many times I be in the gym, you know, I tell him I'm at the R-Back Center. He's there too. He's working out all the time, consistently. And he just want to get better. He just want to get better. That's all he want to do is get better. And you can see the improvement when he's out there on the court. On the floor, his defense, his movement, his passing ability, then his attacking the rim. And then his shot. His shot been improving every year.
When you see good teams like this, that makes you kind of feel like you want to get back into it. I know you got a game tonight.
Oh, yeah. I always want to get back into it. And you know how hard it is? They have me out there. I go to the game, and I'm almost running on the court sometimes. And I know if I run on the court, I'm going to get fined. And you know them NBA checks ain't coming in like it was used to, so I don't want to take that fine. But it's hard, it's difficult. Yes.
You've got massive hands, just because I think you almost accidentally hit me a few times.
Yeah.
Can I just see how big your hand is compared to mine?
Which hand?
Let's go with the right ones here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Look.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? I have huge hands too. Wow.
But Leon, you're the man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh yeah.
Don't hurt
anyone. You can take that on your way out.
Oh yeah, I need that.
Go ahead, you can palm it. Can you palm it?
We in the gym tonight.
Hey,
there you go.
Hey, go hoop it up with
man.
Leon.
Cool. I promise you I have big hands. My wife loves my hands.
Oh, gosh. We're going to move on. Who's up next? Let's fast forward to the Denver Nuggets. That's who. The Nuggets got the best of the C's at their house 2 weeks ago, but Jalen had himself a game at the Pepsi Center. Double-double, 22 points, 10 rebounds, and that 96-92 loss. Tip-off from the Garden set for 8. Take a quick peek at the East. Bucks. 13-game win streak. That's impressive. Very, very impressive for them. Their last loss was on November 8th to the Jazz. From there, things a bit tighter. C's Raptors both sitting at, now Celtics 15-5, and then right after that, the Heat 15-6. So, yeah, pretty tight, though. The East's going to be fun this year.
It is fun. It's been a blast. All right, Colin Kaepernick's November workout produces its first NFL signing, but it's not for Cap. We got some juicy headlines on the way.
Welcome back into After Hours. Emerson Lazia, Sealy Godwin with you, and we're halfway home.
Yes, we are, Sealy. Coming up, though, Matt Damon and Christian Bale, why they love Boston sports and NESN. I am not making that up.
He is not.
like father, like son at Gillette's. And if you miss baseball as much as we do, Jerry Remy has some off-season survival tips to share with you.
You'll want to hear those too.
Okay, right now though, we have a fine-looking gentleman who will be joining us shortly after I rip through headlines, which is Colin Kaepernick's workout. He did not get signed, but someone else did. The Redskins inking wide receiver Jordan Beasy to their practice squad, 24-year-old, grabbing Washington's attention after hauling in some deep balls from Cap. Undrafted in 2018, if you didn't know that, or maybe you do. Bounced around between a few teams, but has never played a regular season game.
Congrats to him.
And coming in under par, Tiger Woods climbing the leaderboard at the Hero World Challenge after a bogey-free 66 on Thursday. He's 6 back of leader Patrick Reed. A ginormous field of 18 golfers, hating life in the Bahamas.
Absolutely hating it.
Someplace warm, a place where the beer flows like wine, where beautiful women instinctively flock like the salmon of Capistrano. I absolutely love Tiger Woods. I need Tiger Woods, and I want Tiger Woods. President's Cup next week. Let's go. America versus the world, minus Europe.
Knee surgery really worked for him this time. He's had many rounds in the mid-60s, won his 82nd PGA Tour title back in October. Golf is always better when Tiger is playing well.
We're better when this guy's here.
Yeah. We got so much going on in the sports world, but I feel like there's more we should know thanks to this guy.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, Sealy. Let's bring in Adam Pellerin, who's just standing there awkwardly.
I am. I'm just waiting for you guys to finish talking.
All right. Hold on. I have to say this. It's a sponsored element. You're here for N2K. What we need to know, presented by People's United Bank. Now you can talk.
Thank you very much, guys. The Bruins are gearing up for their matchup against the Avalanche on Saturday. It marks the return of Cale Makar, who was last year's Hobey Baker Award winner at UMass and last played at the Garden during the Hockey East tournament. Tonight, Makar facing off against another Hockey East alum, making his NHL debut. That would be 20-year-old Caden Primo, who got the start between the pipes for the Canadians. Primo was the Hockey East Tournament MVP for Northeastern last year, won the Mike Richter Award, given him the most outstanding goalie, made 32 saves, but allowed 3 goals, including 2 in the first period. Avs win 3-2. Cale Makar and the Avs in Boston on Saturday. Not great news for Red Sox fans. Yankees ownership has given its seal of approval to offer free agent Garrett Cole a record-setting contract. That's according to ESPN. Cole went 20-5 with a 2.50 ERA and led Major League Baseball with 326 strikeouts, led the American League in ERA. He's expected to break David Price's record-setting $217 million contract. And that was the one thing with the Yankees, guys. Starting pitching wasn't that great. CC Sabathia obviously retiring. They have James Paxton, Masahiro Tanaka, Luis Severino. Don't know the status of Domingo Germán. He could be facing a domestic violence policy violation from Major League Baseball. Could get suspended. So we'll see if they go. Well, they're going after Cole. It's a matter if they'll land him or not.
Man, those guys, their pockets are bottomless.
They are, but they have restricted their spending over the years to try and get under that collective bargaining tax.
Yeah.
So we'll. Now they're obviously going to spend, try to get Cole.
Good stuff. Adam, you're the man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, still ahead here on NESN After Hours. Matt Damon will be joining us.
Kind of joining us. What he thinks the Patriots need to fix immediately, and how he gets his sports news when he's on the road.
I was just saying, NESN's my sports feed on my phone. I mean, I'm with you guys all the time.
NESN After Hours is brought to you by People's United Bank with individual financing solutions, because there's only one you.
"22 years ago, 2 guys from Cambridge got together and wrote a screenplay. Those guys were Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. The movie was Good Will Hunting. A lot has happened since then.
Yes, that's a fact. A lot of hardware, whole lot more movies. Our Jeremiah Webster catching up with Damon and his racing co-star Christian Bale. Talk about their new film, Ford versus Ferrari, and why the NESN app puts a smile on Matt Damon's face.
Mr. Shelby, what's it take to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans?
You need a pure racer behind the wheel of your car. That's Ken Miles.
How much did you know about cars, Matt, before this? Was it a real deep dive?
No, it was, but I didn't know this story either. The story of these two guys in particular and the relationship that they had, and the regard in which Shelby held Ken Miles, and how he knew that this was the guy that he needed. He absolutely needed him. But Ken was like just incapable of getting out of his own way. Like he just had this gift for getting people angry at him because he was totally uncompromising. But it was that Shelby knew he needed. So he just had to be strategic about how he got Ken and how he kept him away from anybody from the Ford people, because that was obviously oil and water.
Last time I saw you, as I mentioned, was during the 2017 Red Sox season at Fenway Park, and I remember you telling me at that time you were watching the games with your dad quite a bit, Kent, during that season. But I hadn't got a chance to ask you since then. What did that mean to you to watch them take the title there?
It was very moving. I was I was in LA. I was with Ben Affleck watching it, so it was the first World Series that my dad didn't see, and we won it. So it was wonderful, really. My brother got to go to Game 1 at Fenway with his two sons, and I got to go to Game 5. So it was good for us.
And Christian, I know you're a football fan, soccer, as we would call it here as well, but you also had a deep dive kind of into the Boston sports culture with playing a character there as well. So what was your experience in Boston?
In Lowell, Massachusetts. Yeah. What was that like?
Well, I mean, that was obviously all about boxing, and you know what everyone should get a chance to do is get in the ring with a professional boxer at some point, because it is bloody terrifying. And finally, people, when they're watching a boxing match, might stop shouting, hit him, as if they didn't know, because it is lightning fast. It is exhausting beyond belief, and you haven't even been hit yet, you know? And so I had such respect for them from that.
I guess then lastly from me, Matt, I want to get your take. What is it like being a Boston sports fan right now for you?
Pretty good. Yeah. Pretty great. Pats look really good.
Yeah.
They look really good. I obviously want to get that offensive line healthy.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Tom needs time. He just needs time to throw, and I want to see what Mohamed Sanu does, and excited about that. We'll see what happens.
I'm excited. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
This is like, I was just saying, NESN's my sports feed on my phone. I mean, I'm with you guys all the time.
So we appreciate your loyal viewership as well.
Absolutely.
So thank you for that, guys, and thank you for the time. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
So if Matt Damon has the NESN app, maybe every other single person on the planet, all of you watching, should have the NESN app. Baby's absolutely clutch. It's right here, top corner, page 1.
Emerson.
That new sweet logo.
You know, it's a proven fact that those who use the app live longer and can do cool things like drink beer without gaining weight. Trust me, I heard it from a doctor.
Okay then, noted. We're all very familiar with how Bill Belichick handles the media. Now we're seeing the rise of Bill 2.0. Why this one interview has been viewed 2 million times and counting around the world. Next on After Hours.
Social Drive is presented by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
After Hours back in effect. Celia and Emerson here with you on your Social Drive presented by Nissan, and Buddy the Elf has some company with Taco Fall, lending a hand, and Santa's Workshop.
Okay, he is not an angry elf.
He's not. The Celtics took their annual trip to Boston Children's Hospital today, and this photo is making its way around the internet because that's what happens when you're 7'6".
Yeah, what a ginormous man he is, and which is why he's also very good at basketball and clearly cares, about kids and people who are battling for their lives right now. So good for him.
Yeah. Maine Red Claws lost to the Wisconsin Herd tonight, but we're not here to talk about that. No. We want to talk about these.
Dude, look at the threads.
Special edition jerseys for Aerospace Night. How are we feeling about these, Emerson?
I absolutely love them. Yeah, I used to go to Cape Canaveral all the time as a kid and watch these things kind of take off. It's one of the greatest things mankind has ever done is send human beings to the moon.
Pretty cool.
Okay,
Pretty
and
cool.
just to outer space and to whatever the heck else is out there. All right, there's nothing better than being reminded of your failures. And Dwayne Wade is no exception. 10 years ago, D. Wade couldn't stop the Black Mamba, and ESPN decided they should remind him of the anniversary. Think he's a little salty?
Yeah. Why you guys got to bring that old stuff up?
I don't know. All I know is I was watching the highlight, and yeah, Kobe definitely traveled, and he also had some pretty good defense played on him, just ended up hitting a prayer. It happens.
Let's take you to our viral dose of the night. So a video that's going viral that's catching our eye.
Turns out it's from us, NESN.com. That squad. They were at Gillette talking with Patriots coaches, including Bill Belichick and others. So please pay attention to the following interview.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about how it correlates. It's just trying to do my thing, and I think that that's what's best, so that's what we're trying to do.
Wait a minute. Who was that?
I don't know.
That was definitely Bill Belichick. Was
it? Are you sure about that?
Because, yeah, it kind of sounds like another guy who doesn't really want to be spending time talking to the people he's talking to.
It sounds like Bill, but that doesn't mean it was Bill.
Or do you have a memory of your first football chore, or one of your first football chores that he asked you to do?
Yeah, I got a couple memories of those.
And you want to share? Anything good?
Yeah, those are between me and him, yeah.
What's the best way to
We laugh about them now.
When did you first start watching film? Like, he started when he was in high school.
I've been watching it for a while. Like I said, football is my thing.
Dude, he already gives you 10 times more than his dad ever will when it comes to media availability. But wow, you watch that like with your eyes closed, and it sounds like Bill.
Definitely sounds like him, but when you open your eyes, he also has the mannerisms of his dad. It makes complete sense. Best part about that video, though, he like walks out and just dips out on a pretty serious question. Just like, nope, I'm gone.
Okay, yeah.
So, just like Dad.
Yep.
Just like Dad.
He did smile a little bit in that video, though. I caught that. Maybe we can screen grab it and tweet at him. We've got to take a 120-second break, but on the other side, it is our Nightly Five. And if you're looking for advice on how to survive until the Red Sox return, Sealy, Jerry Remy has you covered.
Social Drive is presented by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Our Nightly Five coming your way. So this is our top 5 plays of the night. This one coming after the whistle. Joe Thornton. Yeah, flexing his old man strength. Dropping Peter Mrazek. Yeah, wait, there it goes. Yeah. 40-year-old former Bruin. He still got it.
Gosh,
you know
that was a good
You're a
hit.
goalie. You've got a mask on. You're fine. Everything's going to be fine.
Yo, I wouldn't mess with Joe.
Absolutely not. His beard could punch you in the face.
Number 4, Serge Ibaka.
Oh.
Gosh, he's a big man, and he comes away with big dunks.
And he wears number 9. Yeah. And he plays for Toronto.
You know all the good facts, don't you?
And they were playing Houston.
Yes, and he scored 10 points in this game, a game that they ended up losing.
Okay, let's go back to that Sharks-Carolina Hurricanes game for number 3. Andrei Svechnikov. Nailed it. Goal. Dude's only 19.
Just a baby.
Life is good, but you know what else is really good? Svechnikov potted a goal in the shootout, and the Hurricanes beat the Sharks 3-2 because of it.
Winna, chicken dinner. All right. Number 2. Take you to the Colorado Avalanche and Montreal Canadiens, and Gabriel Landeskog, he's been out for a while with an injury, but guess what? He can still score goals. He got this one in the first period and made it 2-0. They go on to win 3-2.
But our top play, Suns out, guns out, baby.
Love it.
Kelly Oubre Jr. vicious, no sympathy for the soul of Brandon Ingram. Oh, second time he's landed on our Nightly Five this week. Oubre, that is. Kelly Oubre Jr. So he's got that going for him, which is nice. By the way, Suns win 139-132 over the Pelicans in overtime. So I got 2 overtime highlights. What did I do to deserve that?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Cool. I should thank our producer for that then. The Nightly 5 is great, but does it come close to our nightly Jerry Remy appearance?
There's only one way to find out. Here's your daily dose of the Rim Dog, changing the world.
Dear Jerry, how do you deal with the offseason? This is from the Red Sox. Well, I deal with it very well because one thing I've always said is I have no problem doing nothing. I'm one of the best in the world at doing nothing. You know, we have this crazy schedule where we go from February to October, hopefully the end of October, where it's day in and day out baseball. And it's even on your off days, a lot of times you're traveling, and it's so hectic. It's an abrupt end. And then all of a sudden you get into this period of time where you're really not doing much at all. Sit down, watch some Bruins, watch some Celtics, watch the Patriots, and then, of course, watch just my soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I've got to do that every day. And then, you know, after the first of the year comes, then it almost becomes time where it's time to go back to spring training. It's a month and a half away. But my big thing in the offseason is just melt down. I mean, just take it easy, do as little as possible, sit in front of a fire, talk to you. I have no problem with the offseason. I love the offseason because I'm real good at doing nothing. For questions, send them to us, Jerry, at NESN.com. Maybe I'll answer yours next.
Here at After Hours, we like to show our appreciation with a gift. So tonight, here's our gift to you.
Okay.
Matt Damon from Good Will Hunting came out 20 years ago.
22 years, yeah?
If you ask me, all that math, he's trying to figure out how the Bruins keep managing these third period comebacks.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as it keeps happening. Actually, I don't know. I kind of want them to be leading by a bajillion instead.
Yeah, first and second periods do
Then
matter.
we're not like all freaking out in the newsroom. Anyway, that was presented by People's United Bank because there is only one you. And with that, time to get in our last call. That is good old Lindsey Vaughn yesterday reposting this video on Twitter saying, I'm just waiting to get called up. The video showing her blocking shots from fiance PK Subban. What do you think?
I mean, she is an Olympian and world-class skier, so I think she can play a little bit of net as well.
She is an athlete. She knows what she's doing.
So then the Boston Pride tweeted to Vaughn saying, we'll need a backup on Saturday. Hey, maybe Vaughn will be available. She has dealt with a ton of injuries. Just saying, she's kind of enjoying her retirement life.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure those pucks would come flying at her a lot faster than they were coming from her fiance.
Good night, everybody.